Well, it's experiment day. There's been something I have been messing with that I think I'm ready to do in front of you. I've messed around and messed around and messed around with it. I'm kind of like Daniel Cooper. I like to mess around with my experiments before I throw them out there in front of you guys. So, I have my mold in front of you, and of course you can't see what it is unless you remember what mold it is that I made. So this is my big egg mold that I made around Easter. And as you guys know, I've been messing around with my little egg mold. And so I've been also messing around with my little chameleon no sink powders from Into Resin. And you've seen me use the glazed blue, the glazed Tiffany, and I have not used the glazed orange, or the glazed gold. So here's what I want to do, and this is something I've wanted to do for quite some time, and that is put an egg inside of an egg. So this is what I'm going to use today, which is the glazed gold, and this is what I've done. I've made my little egg. Look at that. That is the glazed gold, you guys. So this is the golden egg. And believe it or not, this puts off hues of blue. Can you see that in there? It's kind of crazy. So here's my plan. I'm going to UV resin this stick to the top of this egg, and then we're going to stick that egg inside of there. We're going to fill it up with resin. And I know you're thinking, fill it up? Mary, you're crazy. That's too much resin. Well, I have a secret. I fill up my deep molds without using deep pour resin, and have been doing it for a long time. You guys just don't know my secret. So, because I don't ever have any luck with deep pour resin. Never. Every time I try to use deep pour resin, something funky goes wrong with it. So I just don't use it. So I did want to show you a couple of things before I get started on that. So do you remember when Jennifer asked me to do the split egg? You know, where I did the two, let me grab that, where I did the half egg, you know, and then sanded it to do the refraction egg. Well, I thought I would try that on a bigger scale and put that into my smaller egg mold. Well, you know, I don't know what I was thinking, because, you know, I was just so excited about doing the half egg and, you know, and all that kind of stuff, that I put it inside the egg. Well, hello, clear eggs disappear in clear. I mean, you can faintly see the egg in there, the part that's sanded. You can see it in there, but all you can see is the chameleon flakes. So that was a fail. Fail! All right, so I've already done one of these, and it was a fail, because when I put the egg inside the egg, I waited until the resin got a little thicker, and then put the egg inside of there thinking, oh, I don't need to stick anything on top of it, you know, it'll be fine. Once it gets thick, you know, I'll stick it inside there so it'll suspend and blah, 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 blah. Don't laugh. No, you can laugh. I did. Look at that. The egg is crooked. It looked like it wasn't crooked till I took it out of the mold. So yeah, it's a little crooked. So that is why we're going to stabilize it with a stick. And I decided to use a different color. So that's my plan. We're going to UV resin it to this. I'm going to stick it in there. We're going to stabilize it with I'm going to clamp it onto there, and we're going to stabilize. I've already tried that. It works really great. So let me mix up some resin, and we'll get the resin in there, get this glued on, and we'll come back and we'll get this stuck in there. And then I'm going to tell you how I make it so that this does not flash cure on me. All right, I'll be back. Okay, y'all, here we go. I'm going to spray this with alcohol. That way it goes in there. Just like that. And then I'm going to clamp onto this. Except I need to clamp onto the end of it. And then I'm going to put some cups to stabilize this. Take one of those off because it needs to rest. And then I need to stabilize it this way. Just like that. Sorry, gotta see if it's in the middle here without putting my head in there. Let me bring it to me first. Okay, it looks like it's in the middle. And then I'm going to pour my resin in there. I mixed up 225 mLs of Let's Resin casting resin, 125 of A and 125 of B. Hopefully it's enough. Oh. This is where I have to stabilize it because it wants to float. So I need to get a couple more cups. To stabilize that. Stabilize the whole thing. Because then it just wants to fall out. have to use a couple sticks. Okay. I think that does it. Just a little bit more. So I only want to bring it up to the edge of that. I don't want it to come up any farther than that. All right, right there, perfect. All right, now let me tell you how I'm going to fix this. I have these little fans that I got from Walmart, and they clip onto my table. That's what you guys are always hearing. I turn 2 of them on and point them directly at my mold, both of them. And what that does is that keeps the temperature down. There's one right there. Oh, seriously. There's one directly to there, and then I'm going to put one right here. So it will be, both of them will blow directly on the mold, and it keeps the temperature down, the heat down on it. And these things are really powerful. I don't know, this is what they look like. And they just have a clamp. And I just clamp it on the end of my table, and they blow right on the mold, and they're perfect. All right, guys, get these fans going, and I will see you on demold. Actually, they don't even have to clamp. You can set them too, which is probably what I'll do with this one. There. All right. Fans are in place. We'll see you on demold. Wish me luck. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Well, are we ready to get this big old egg out of here and see if it's straight? That's all I want to know, if it's straight. I'll be disappointed if it's not. All right, let's see what we got here. Milo's on a barking trend this morning. Got my window open. Oh, are you kidding me? I mean, it's close. I just can't seem to get that straight, even though it looks straight. Well, I guess you can kind of see what I'm going for here, but it's the closest that I've come. Like, the closest that I've come. So this is what I'm trying to achieve, is the egg inside the egg, and that is really, really close. I don't know how much closer I can get it without literally, I mean, it's just off a smidge, but it's really close. Without literally putting it at the bottom, which I don't, or, you know, at the top of the egg, which I do not want to do, because I want it at the bottom. I don't know, you guys. Any ideas? And this is the third time I've tried this. Wonder what it would look like if you sanded the egg, you know, and made it the matte finish. I don't know. I'll have to play with that a little bit. But there it is. I mean, it's really cool looking. It's just disappointing that I can't get it straight, even though it looks exactly straight inside the egg when you're putting it in there. I don't know, maybe it's the egg. Because when you look at it this way, it might be a little off. It might have needed to come this way some. Maybe when I bumped it, when I hit the fan, I didn't get it straight back in there. Because it is more over here than it is over here. I don't know, it's just hard to do because, you know, trying to get it to be exactly centered. And I think that's what the problem is that it's more this direction. Looking at it from the bottom, it is more over here than it is over here. So if I could have just scooted it over just a little bit. And that's the trouble with trying to film overhead, is you have to be able to look straight onto it, and, you know, without me getting my head in the shot, you know, and looking straight onto it, or moving it out of frame, and then you guys can't see what I'm doing. If I put my head in the shot, then you still can't see what I'm doing. So it's kind of a catch-22 all the way around. But yep, that's exactly what the problem is that it should have been moved over just a little bit. And then it would have been perfect. And so then the egg is slid this direction, so it makes it look like it's lopsided, but it's not. It's just moved over. So if it would have been just a hair over this way, then it would have been perfect. So anyway, that's my egg experiment. I've done it 3 times. I'm not going to do it again, but it is really cool looking. What are your guys' thoughts? I think it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. And that's the glazed gold color, and it's a really pretty color too. I don't know what it would look like with a light under it. I mean, it's pretty with a light under it. If it were straight, I mean, if it were not straight, but if it was over just a tish. I ended up bringing a flashlight in here since I did order a white light, but it's not here yet, so yeah. So that's what it would look like with the light. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So there's my egg experiment. I finally achieved at least pretty close to 100%, but anyway. What are your thoughts? Tell me what your thoughts are, guys. I'm just curious to know what you think of it. It's just something I've wanted to do for a while, and ever since I made this mold back in around Easter, I thought it would be really cool to put an egg inside of an egg. So, and you know, in this one, The orange one, you know, when you look at it straight on, the orange one is really close. I mean, it's pretty doggone close too. It's more, it's more centered. Oh, I didn't show you this one. Sorry. This was my other test in the smaller egg. I demolded this one last night. So this is the orange, the glazed orange in there. And I put it in the smaller egg. So it's pretty spot on. So there's the glazed orange, the glazed yellow, and then you guys, of course, seen the other two colors, but the orange one is pretty spot on for it being in the center anyway. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let's see what the orange one looks like with the light underneath it. Ooh, look at that. I don't know why that's flashing. Probably because it's a flashlight. There. Look at the green hues. I don't know if the... Maybe I need to change the batteries in this. Look at the green hues in that. Can you see it? It's picking up greens, teals, but yeah, so there's my egg in an egg experiment. So let me know what you guys think about this. It's pretty cool. I just really wanted to demonstrate the colors too, so you guys could see, you know, the colors on these. That orange one is real spot on. The yellow one just needed to come over just a little bit. So, all right, guys, that's my experiment. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd appreciate it. See if you guys think it's even cool or not cool or whatever. So yeah, all right, guys, we're going to move on to another video. I think what I'm going to do next is I've been noticing several people having trouble with blooms on YouTube, and it's not just the small blooms, but it's bigger blooms. So I think I'm going to attempt to do a video on some bigger blooms in bigger than a coaster, to see if maybe I can maybe help them out on that by, you know, showing my technique. I don't know if it will help anyone, but I thought I would try and help. So I wanted to show you guys some extras that I made. Do you remember the little keychain thing I made with the rainbow, or with the chameleon flakes in it? Well, this is what I did with it. I put a flower, a pressed flower in it, and a little bee, and then added a little poof ball. So that's that little keychain. And then you guys knew I was making tags for the girls' book bags. So this is what I added to Haley's. I still don't have their names put on them yet. I add a little flower and put some glitter inside each petal, and then added a little rhinestone to the center, and then her name will go right there. And then you knew I was putting a yellow poof ball on that. So that will be Haley's. And then here's Riley's. She obviously strawberry, that's what her book bag is. So I put a strawberry on there, and then I got to top coat it and then put her name on it, and then she chose this poof ball. I didn't have a green one, so she chose this one instead. So, and I backed it in white because those colors were transparent enough, the pink and the red, that you couldn't really tell, so I backed it in white. And then Oakley, their cousin, she is a big, huge Harry Potter fan, and I just happen to have a Harry Potter symbol. So I put that on there, and I did the colors in black and white and green, and then she chose a gray poof ball for hers, and so that's what I did for the extras on that. And then I've got some others over here that I had left over from the clear on there, and I just did an alcohol ink swirl, and so I'll make a keychain out of that. I just pulled these out of the molds this morning, so it's red, pink, and white, and then this one is the azure blue and the aquamarine with white alcohol ink, and then this one is a mermaid tail, and I just brushed it with the glazed Tiffany and the glazed blue, and I'm going to put black in these little lines and then back it in white. That's not done yet. So, oh, and then with all of the colors that I had left from doing all of these, I made a little coaster, and I have these clay butterfly wings, and I put 3 rhinestones in the center, and then I'm just going to top coat it. So yeah, there's all my extras. So that's all I have for you guys. So if you would like to give me your thoughts on the eggs or the extras, whatever, please leave your comments in the comment section. And if you want to share it, share it. And by all means, if you would love to subscribe, then I would love that for you. Yeah, so we're going to move on to the next video. So I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.